No Talent Beats.
What's going on, world?
What up, no?
Back at it again.
With the white vans. Damn, Daniel.
Welcome to episode
Four of them?
40.
Four of them. Four of them. I'm going to keep it going until we get to like 100, 200, 100 of them, 200 of them. That's going to be hard to keep up with, yo.
Is it like different like verbiage?
I will wind him.
Right. I'm not going to even try it this week. I tried it last week and got yelled at.
Yeah, because you were saying some nonsense last time, bruh.
Everything ID.
Oh, my God. Again. An ID is what you get when you go to the DMV.
I said ID.
It's just because you can't roll the R.
It's because
okay.
I have a lisp.
And you talk like this.
You know what? You're an ass. That's what you are. You're an asshole.
Or am I an ass?
You're an ass. Fuck you, alright? Anyway, welcome to episode 4. How you guys doing? This is
what up, world?
The Educated Brothers podcast, even though Dante has me swearing already.
Well, that says a lot about your character and a little bit about mine.
Shut your ass up.
On your beat. Shout out CYB. Shout out No Talent Beats.
Alright,
No
so
Talent Beats.
No
Don't that sound like the lady?
It does. If y'all know the person who's behind the No Talent Beats, that would be even funnier. But anyway, I wanted to have a little fun this week. Not necessarily fun.
I mean, it depends on what you consider to be fun.
It's not fun, but it's different. It's a little bit from what we've been focusing on.
I mean, before we go in though, I do gotta celebrate just a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell the people what today's going to be about.
You know what's funny? This is episode 4, and we're about to celebrate that 4th seed.
Talk about it, man. We are the New York Knicks. What we? We are the New York Knicks. What?
We are the New York
You see the chest action?
We
We say what? Who? Go. No. Save that. Shout out NY. Shout out to New York Knicks, yo. We gonna get started on this tonight, yo.
Listen, like everyone feels, I feel the same way. The NBA is much better when the Knicks are actually good, so I'm happy to see them succeeding this year.
Yes, listen. Today's episode is going to be
dark.
Yeah.
So fuck all that.
I mean, I could be happy now because the
boy.
times before today,
oh,
there was some dark times. But you know, we not gonna just talk about me in particular because you know there's another New York team that you know some of us follow, and you know, I mean. It ain't necessarily me, because, you know, I ain't stupid. I mean, that's they mad.
D-I-E.
But, you know, we gonna keep it G. Today's episode is gonna be all about the struggles.
Misery.
What should today's title be? The struggling life of a New York
Who has it
fan.
Who has it worse? Who has it worse? Knicks fans? Or Jets fans. If you follow us on Instagram at the Educated Brothers Podcast, I posted a story yesterday asking the folks, who do you feel like has it worse between Knicks fans or Jets fans?
And I saw the poll.
You know where it ended at?
I saw it, but how many people responded? That's what's more important. Because if it was like 2 people, then I don't care.
Trust me.
I know.
A lot of our followers answered.
Trust me. That's why I said it like that.
Overwhelmingly.
They said it was...
the Jets fans.
Because y'all suck. But we are not as... I mean, we ain't like the best team either.
Don't get it twisted. This year had a lot to do with the numbers swaying towards us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, was it really the numbers, though?
Yes.
I mean, y'all did have a pretty tough schedule this year. Y'all, I mean, but it feels like y'all have a pretty tough schedule every year.
Listen, when your owners are notoriously known for fucking their own product up.
Huh. You want to talk owners?
First of all,
what?
Our owners legit or fucking they put out the third vaccine, the one that's you get one shot, that making everyone scared again to get the fucking vaccine.
But what that got to do with football?
Because just how they're fucking their company up, they're fucking their football team. All right, they should have sold that team years ago.
Who is the owner of the Jets?
If you guys don't know, the Johnson brothers, who also own
Johnson & Johnson? John Steens.
are the owners.
Silky John Steen.
Are the owners of the New York Jets. We're not going to get into their politics because that's even more crazier. But anyway, Woody and Chris Johnson, that is. Chris being more of a calmer, nicer person. Woody just being, he wants to be great value Jerry Jones. That's what Woody Johnson wants to be.
That's a whole nother discussion, because has Jerry Jones really done anything to be like
that's my point.
Top priority?
That's my point.
Damn, you're trying to say that he's emulating somebody who's also trash?
That's my point.
Damn.
Jerry Jones came on, if y'all don't know football, Jerry Jones, when he purchased the Cowboys, he came in riding the coattails of the team that was already put together. Mm-hmm. Since he's really been in any type of control of that team. They've won one Super Bowl, and there's a reason why they haven't won another one since, because the people who had control before him he kicked out the door. So for you to buy the team and feel like, I'm going to emulate this person, that shows you the problem right there in itself. So that's one of the many reasons.
I mean, if we want to talk ownership,
go ahead.
and shitty ownership, if you will. James Dolan is by far one of the worst owners in any history. Why? Because he doesn't only own the Knicks, unfortunately. He also owns the Rangers. And he thought, because this is my wonderful Madison Square Garden, everyone's just going to want to come see us play. I ain't going to talk about hockey because I don't watch it enough to speak on it. But the Knicks, since he's acquired them in 99, you know how many times we've been to the playoffs, bruh?
It was like 3.
Like 6, I think.
Sure.
Since 99, I think it's been 6. Oh, yeah,
y'all went to the finals in 99.
And then after that, literally, we went to the first round and got swept up until we played the Celtics in 2013, bruh.
Damn. I remember.
And then the last time after that, we won something in the playoffs.
So how many times did you go in those Marbury years?
Say it again?
In those Marbury years?
How many times we go when he was there?
Yeah.
Those of y'all that are listening and not watching, y'all gonna need to watch it to see my face, because he said Stephon Marbury and playoffs in the same sentence. Damn. And it's not Stephon Marbury's fault. Not mad at him. Do you know who I am mad at?
Isaiah Thomas?
That is a whole nother point that I was gonna bring up today. I wasn't gonna bring him up right now. You get me triggered way too damn early. One problem at a time, son.
I'm sorry.
James Dolan is the reason why we ended up with Starbury the way he was. Because I ain't gonna hold you. Marbury was... honestly, anybody who says Stephon Marbury wasn't nice,
they stupid.
They didn't watch basketball, and it's not even about when he was in Phoenix versus when he was in New York. If you just never watched him play, I don't give a damn what you say. It's just that we got him when he was on the tail end.
Facts. As
we did with mostly all the stars we ended up getting. We had Jalen Rose at one point. We had Penny Hardaway at one point. We had, remember fat-ass Eddie Curry?
No.
We got him after his fat ass couldn't make it onto the Bulls. James Dolan was like, yo, get this guy.
Facts.
Talk about terrible ownership, bro. 6 playoff appearances in what? 30 years, bro?
That's wild.
And of those 6 playoff appearances, we won 1 series. Not one, championship. Got to the 1 series since 99, bro.
Was that Knicks team? That was
Nah, that was the team, that was the Melo team. That was on the last year before we ran him into the ground.
Okay, that was
anybody who's speaking bad on Melo, again, y'all don't watch Knicks basketball, bro.
That was the season y'all played the Heat in the second round and LeBron flopped on that pick.
Yeah, because we beat the Celtics first round and then we lost to Miami in the second round.
I remember that.
Which made me mad because we actually beat them during the season. But again, another reason that I'll bring up a little bit later on. An implosion of the roster is what we had to face for years. But again, we talking terrible management. So you brought up the Johnson brothers.
Okay.
I'm bringing up James Dolan.
Okay.
If we had to rank this on a thing for thing, I mean, y'all have gone to the playoffs since. Well, I guess when did the Johnsons take over y'all franchise?
Leon has sold the team in, if I'm not mistaken, 98.
All right, so we fairly similar.
All right.
So the Johnsons had them since '98.
Let me explain to you the scenario of what happened. I'm happy you brought that up.
Go ahead.
So the team gets sold to Woody and Woody Johnson. He brings his brother in as part owner. You know what? I'm not gonna speak on things I'm not too sure of, but he does have some stake in the company. But his brother has more. They come on board, and if people don't remember this story, Bill Parcells was our head coach. Bill wanted to take time off. Bill was getting older. He just came off a run with the Giants before he became the Jets head coach, and then we went from 1-15 under Richie Kotite. Bill taking the team over and legit was a few plays away from making the Super Bowl in '98. Fucking John Elway wanted to go out on top. People don't remember the Jets went 12-4 that year, and we were number one in the AFC, and was in a year it flipped.
Was that I'm gonna bring it up.
Go ahead.
Was that happened because of Buck fumble?
No.
Everything.
Way
okay.
before that.
All right. Yeah. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself. Getting ahead of myself. I just want to throw some shade on the Jets, y'all. That's all it really was.
You asshole. We was gonna get into that. That's another reason, but we're not there. So this is way before that. This is like I said, this is 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Broncos?
You did say Bill Parcells.
Yeah. So the Broncos won before John Elway retired. They won 2 Super Bowls back to back. This, if I'm not mistaken, this was the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jets were literally heavily favored. Lost that game, the AFC Championship game. Bill still felt like it was time for him to take a back seat. So the Jets were going to replace Bill Parcells with Bill Belichick. So, but at the same time that Belichick gets hired, the team gets sold. And the old regime, the owners, had promised Bill full control of the entire organization so he can build it the way that he wanted to build it.
Damn.
But he knew that once the new owners came in after having his initial meeting with them, this all happened the same day, that it wasn't going to work out.
Uh-huh.
He got hired as Jets coach.
Mm-hmm.
He resigned 16 hours later.
Damn. Oh, that's right.
And immediately took the New England job, and you know how that turned out.
Yeah, they're from what I hear, they're a pretty decent franchise.
So, that's many of the things that
fuck anything Boston though. If we being real, that's the one thing we gonna agree on this episode. Fuck Boston. That's it. That's just all across the board.
Listen,
but
if you in Boston, you listening, we love y'all. But fuck your sports teams.
I mean,
listen.
Fuck Boston. That was Sean that said that whole fans in Boston. Yo, real talk. Fans in Boston, y'all can pull up. Fuck Boston. Next.
I think he's about to say nuts. No, but
they can get those two. Pause.
So, but yeah. So a lot of people don't know that outside of diehard Jets fans or people who are just into every football team. So
you mean like the cavemen and stuff, right?
Shut up.
Because that's the last time y'all won. Oh.
Ooh, you got jokes. Anyway, so that happened. And it was really rough. The Jets had decent years following that, but obviously nothing compared to what Bill ended up doing in fucking New England. A lot of people feel like, oh, it was luck. He lucked up with Tom Brady. It was just great coaching. Because overall, people also don't know this a lot about Bill Belichick. Before Belichick went to New England, he was the head coach in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He had them as a perennial powerhouse in the AFC before he left. Before they had 2 bad years, and then he left to go take the the defensive coordinator job under Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
So he already had the makeup to do everything he was already going to go to New England and do. Mm-hmm. He was going to do as the Jets head coach. But Woody came in like, yeah, you're going to be the coach.
Bruh,
just the coach.
Why you say Woody name like Patty? Patty!
Listen, it took this man, how long? That's literally going on. Let me do the math. I'm trying to be quick with the math. I'm drinking. I'm sorry.
Get out your calculator.
No. I'm trying not to use technology, bro. We're going to use our brains.
Shit,
all right?
That's why I got my laptop open.
Listen, it's 2021. If you were born in 1998, that means you are 20... I'd be 23. Boom, got it. It was 23 years ago.
Math, y'all. Carry the one. That's that equation you came up with last week.
Yes.
If 2 plus 2 don't equal 4, why you staying there, right? If it equals 6, why you staying there, right? Check out episode 3 if you didn't.
So, that was 23 years ago. This man has changed. He finally, this year, decided that they were not going to get involved in football operations and leave it up to the football people in the corporation.
This year. They must have been in the Knicks boardroom. This is the first, and you see what happened when they shut up and mind their business, right? But I know you brought up some great coaches, some coaches that y'all, for lack of a better term, didn't get. But have you ever had a good coach and just watch him leave and go to another team and like just evolve them as a whole franchise? And the coach that I'm speaking of and referencing is Pat Riley. You know the Knicks had Pat Riley, bro, and we did wonders with Pat. And then Pat was like, nah, I'm good. I don't really want to do this no more.
But y'all always have, not always, y'all really have a good list of great coaching.
I won't necessarily say great coaching.
Oh, go ahead. I'm going to let you speak on that. But I'm going to tell you why
I say that they were deep. I mean, if we talking like great Knicks coaches, there's only like 3.
Name them.
Pat Riley.
Okay.
Jeff Van Gundy.
Okay.
And I'm throwing Tom Tibb in there.
Okay.
Those only
That's
3.
soon.
Those are, huh?
That's soon, but okay.
I'm talking about the best coaches we've ever had.
You don't like Woodson?
He was cool. The reason
obviously you don't like D'Antoni.
we ain't gonna speak on D'Antoni. Mr. Drop 150, but they drop 140. Well, as long as we score more points, we'll win the game, right? And Woodson is cool, but he's not a head coach in my personal opinion. I mean, his track record is shown when he was with Atlanta. Mm-hmm. They got to the playoffs. They even got to the second round. Can't win.
What about Isaiah Thomas?
Why? All right, so now we're gonna speak on it because you brought him up 2 times now. Isaiah Thomas is hands down one of, if not the worst Knicks coach to ever, the worst coach ever. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Also the
president of operations, had his hand on the court. Yo, first of all, and I'm gonna cheat because I wrote down some notes. I definitely did. Yo, the fact of the matter is, do you know that when Isaiah Thomas decided to be involved with the Knicks at all, we weren't necessarily a great team.
Okay.
But he literally ran us into the ground. My man did not know what the hell he was doing when he was there. Financially, we sucked because he hired everybody and their mother for no damn reason. Bruh, I thought I was playing when I set out my notes, cuz.
Pull out the handy-dandy notebook.
Did you know that these niggas signed fucking Jared Jeffries to a 5-year deal after when he was over there in Phoenix and ain't do shit?
Seriously?
Isaiah Thomas was the hands behind that. You remember how niggas got Jalen Rose and shit, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas had his hands on that. Because even when he wasn't coaching no more, he was still president of basketball operations. Mm-hmm. He was with the organization for mad long. Mm-hmm. Do you know what his win percentage was?
What was it, like 400?
My man's was 56 and 108 in 2 seasons, bro. And I'm going to keep referencing my notes because I want to make sure that everybody here that's listening to this knows I take my Knicks very seriously, yo. Isaiah Thomas is the worst thing that ever happened to us, bro. And don't get me started on these motherfucking draft picks that we had, and we picked up bullshit niggas like Ronaldo Balkman, and then we had other... That's a whole nother... When we get to draft picks, bro...
You don't want to get to draft
we
picks.
We could talk draft picks, bro.
I promise you.
Why not?
As a Jets fan, you don't want to get to draft picks.
We could talk draft picks.
You don't.
We could.
What the Jets have passed up on?
Who y'all passed up on?
You want to get into that right
now?
We
can get into it. I don't give a damn if you got notes ready. You could go get your phone for all I care. I don't give a damn. I'll look it up. What you want me to look up?
I'm just going to name names.
Go ahead.
Y'all can go and look at the years y'all want.
Speak on it, God.
But these are a list of people the Jets have passed up on in the draft. Jerry Rice. Warren Sapp. Dan Marino.
Go ahead, son. Let it out.
You're killing me right now.
Let it out, son.
Listen. Now I'm going to go to the notes. Because there's a lot more.
My man said Warren. The 3 names he said made me turn this sound on.
Leave it on. It gets worse.
It gets worse? Well, I'm going to wait. This man said Warren Sapp, Jerry Rice, Dan Marino. For those of y'all that don't watch football, that's like if you walking down the street and you walk over $1,000.
Listen.
And somebody right behind you picked it up and started doing backflips with it.
The Jets passed up on Michael Irvin. The Jets passed up on Thurman Thomas. Oh, God.
We gonna make sure we zoom in on your face when you looking this up too.
Oh, man. Listen, it's more. Hold up. I'm pulling the list. I said Dan Marino, right? I said
Yeah.
right.
You said it. You said their names twice. That's how let me know that you really sad about that.
Warren fucking Sapp. You know what's bad about the Warren Sapp one?
What's that?
Most of my childhood
There were a lot of
memories-
trees.
Oh my god, this guy. Dad joke. Hashtag.
Papa.
What upsets me most about the Warren Sapp thing is that most of my childhood memories come back in between the ages of 4 and 5. So that 95 draft, I was 4 going on 5. So that was my first like memory of it. Now obviously, I liked football, but wasn't that diehard pressed of a fan yet to really like, oh, okay. As I got older, I want to say I was around like 13.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why I remember why I was 13? Because if anyone remembers, that's when the Buccaneers had that crazy ass defense and they destroyed Oakland in the Super Bowl.
I remember that. Yep.
And guess who had a crazy big hand in doing it and ending like destroying that offensive line? Warren fucking Sapp. Warren Sapp was supposed to be a Jet. You know who the Jets chose that year?
Who y'all choose?
Kyle Brady. Guess what position he plays?
One of them niggas on the Brady Bunch position.
No. Don't get it confused. Not that Brady.
No, you didn't hear what I said.
What?
I said he was with one of them Brady Bunch niggas, and I'm talking about Marsha, Jan, those Brady Bunch. Marsha.
That's what he should have been at. Kyle fucking Brady, tight end. This man played 3 years and then just was garbage. I think he went to Canada or some shit after a couple of seasons.
Chill, son. For our Canadian fans, we love y'all. Y'all not Boston.
They picked him with the 4th pick.
I mean...
You mean what?
You could have picked...
I don't care. Because even that draft...
That's why I'm looking at this.
Even that draft y'all took Balkman in, it wasn't a lot of choices in that draft.
Stop playing, bro. We could have picked up Kyle Lowry was literally the very next pick.
Kyle
And
Lowry,
Rajon was... I cap.
Go ahead. Stop it. Go ahead. And then,
Say... I wish you would say some nonsense.
We're going to talk about it.
So you going to tell me that Balkman...
basketball fan...
So you going to tell me that...
As a college basketball fan...
Okay, I'm going to let you speak.
You can't go off the deep end like that.
Okay.
Because if we're going to go based off of college basketball...
Okay.
Yes. At the time, that was a smarter pick than those two.
You
and I tell you
are
why.
foolish.
Am-
Go ahead,
am
I'm
I-
listening to you, bro. Yeah, you are.
As good as Kyle was at Villanova, he didn't become who he was until like 5 or 6 years in the league. Right or wrong?
Who?
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, I'll give you that. A couple years into the league.
Rondo. Had Rondo not played with fucking Garnett, Pierce, and Allen, yes, Ray John, don't get it twisted.
I was going to say, because he still would have had his game.
Ray John Rondo is the man. But having them three there to facilitate too, because he know they can hit those shots.
Agreed.
He wouldn't have been who he was
Agreed.
that soon.
Agreed.
So, as crazy as it sounds, like, oh, Balkman, that was the smarter pick at the point.
And here's my counter argument. The 3 names that you've said, of the 3, who's still in the league doing damage? I know what you're going to say because you can't tell, but was it a smart pick?
At the time?
No, it was. Bruh, if I pull up that draft right now and show you all the other... That was 05. No, I capped. That's 06. Because we had David Lee literally the year right before that.
That was really bad.
Okay. And you picked Ronaldo Balkman over Kyle Lowry, bruh. I'll look this shit up right now. Go ahead, you do your thing.
06.
Okay, go ahead, look at it.
NBA draft.
Go ahead and look at it, bruv. I'm going to let you look it up.
All right.
I'm going to let you look it up.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh
Oh my God.
Was Danny Granger in that draft?
Stop it. This draft is horrible. Guess who went number 1 that year?
Who?
Bargnani to the Raptors.
Okay.
LaMarcus Aldridge went 2 to Chicago.
Okay.
Then they traded him. Adam Morrison from fucking Gonzaga went to the Bobcats.
Okay.
Tyrese Thomas went to Portland. I remember that. Then they traded him
And
to
Tyrese
Chicago.
Thomas was buns.
Buns. Sheldon Williams went to Atlanta.
And he was at best.
Brandon Roy went to Minnesota.
Okay.
But
Before
then
he got
they traded him to
before he got hurt.
Randy Foye was a good service.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Brick City. Randy Foye from
That's
from
really
the
why you
area.
shot him out.
All right, so Randy Foye got drafted by Boston.
Mhm.
Rudy Gay got drafted by Houston.
Okay.
Who the fuck is this? Patrick O'Bryant got drafted by Golden State. Muhammad Sani,
Mhm.
don't know who that is. Seattle.
That's
JJ
before they even
Redick.
became
Know who
the man.
JJ is.
Uh-huh.
JJ went
Killer.
to Orlando.
Killer.
Hilton Armstrong. Don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Went to New Orleans. Thabo Cephalosha. Philly. Ronnie Brewer.
Cephalosha wasn't a failure.
Cephalosha
He just
was a
wasn't.
defender.
He just wasn't as. He shouldn't have gone as high up in the draft, but he wasn't a failure.
So, Cephalosha.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Brewer.
Uh-huh.
Cedric Simmons. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Rodney Carney.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Williams. I don't know if you remember Sean Williams. Remember Sean Williams? Sean Williams played for the Nets for a few years. He
Oh,
wore
that's
51.
Sean Williams. Yeah.
All he did was dunk. He
I know.
did nothing else.
I know.
All right. Boom. We still going.
Mm-hmm.
Oleski Perchovic.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody. Quincy Doobie. He went to Rutgers.
Who be doobie?
Hoopy Doobie. Jersey boy. Now, y'all picked Bachman at 20.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna name all the people after Bachman that got drafted, and you tell me, would you really still feel in your heart that was the worst pick ever at that time?
The worst pick ever?
No, you didn't say that.
I never said. I was gonna say, bro. I didn't say the worst pick ever. I just said it was a terrible pick.
This draft, you look at the names I just read to you.
But then who gets picked? I get it, bro.
Hold on.
I hear what you're saying,
let me
but that sounds like 19 other teams that made a mistake,
listen.
minus LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy before he got hurt.
I'm going to name the players that got picked after that. The only people from the end of that first round and the entire second round that you can be like, oh, we should have got them instead. It's only 3 people. And there's only one person you're missing. You said Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
You said Kyle Lowry.
Uh-huh.
You going to count Shannon Brown because he got drafted after
No,
Bachman?
I won't count him. I didn't say he was better.
Are you going to count Jordan Farmar?
I counted the 2 that I
No,
said.
I'm asking you.
No, I don't.
Would you rather the Knicks had taken one of them other than Bachman?
Other than Balkman, bro, Kyle Lowry and Rajon Rondo.
I'm not talking about them too.
But what I'm saying is they were still on the board. I wouldn't have taken Farmar over those 2. No.
If we go back and watch college ball at that point, I'm telling you, D.
I hear what you're saying. But
Yes.
the Knicks didn't need Ronaldo Balkman at small forward, power forward. We needed a guard. That's what we've needed a guard
Was that
forever.
06?
That was 06.
Who's still your starting point guard?
Bro, if I look it up, I think it was Tony
You
Douglas.
sure?
I promise you if I look it up.
Steph.
Either way, he wasn't. Nigga, come
Marbury
on.
was. Stop it.
It wasn't Marbury from the Suns. It was nice ass Marbury, but you know what would have been great if we had Marbury start and Lowry come off the bench, bro. I see what you're saying, but it was a dumbass pick.
I see what
He
you're
went
saying.
into the Nuggets and didn't do shit.
The only other possible person for the rest of that entire draft. All right, there's another one I just found, but no one knew that because he was late in the second round. Paul Millsap was in that draft.
Well, yeah. Well, no one saw that coming.
Ryan Hollins.
Well, I can't say no one. I don't watch college ball like that. That's why.
No one saw that coming. Like, I watch college ball. Ryan Hollins was in that draft. And PJ Tucker was in that draft.
PJ Tucker's still around the league.
Yeah. So,
Bruh, now I ain't even gonna go off on that tangent. If you see my story the other day with the basketball dance, bruh,
Yeah.
that shit crazy.
but here's my thing with the Bachman situation. The only reason that Bachman didn't pan out the way he could have is because of who y'all had in charge and who was coaching at the time. Because think about it.
I love it when people say that.
Think about it.
He went to a better team, which was the Nuggets, and he still didn't do shit.
Because you got to remember, people get ruined if they go to the wrong places at first. You do know that can play a really heavy toll on you.
I hear what you're saying.
No, do you hear what you're saying?
Because so you mean to tell me
Everyone can't be fixed, D.
I hear you, but if you're nice and you're going to
That's not how it works.
So if you're going to the league and you're supposed to be a college prospect and they drafting you in the top
And you
in
spend
the top
years
25,
in the wrong system, and then mentally you get fucked up. Absolutely.
how would you get mentally fucked up for your skills?
That's not mental plays in everything.
I hear what you're saying, but Ronaldo Balkman's not good. That's where I'm going with this.
Because you feel that way because he really got.
I get what you're going to say.
Yo,
no, he's not good.
I
Check
watched
tape.
him.
Check tape.
Listen,
That's all I'm going to... Check
you're
tape, bro.
saying check his Knicks tape.
No, check tape, period.
No.
He's not
He
good.
was nasty in college, D. That's what I'm
This
telling
nigga
you.
said college. I don't care about college. I'm
That's
talking about
what
the
draft
NBA.
is for.
Why? So then that's why we get people like fucking who the fuck we pick up? Fucking Frank Ntilikina. Because of the draft he was nice in France.
Yes.
No, bro. That
Please.
I get what you're saying.
They
but
have
look,
to be taped for them to feel like, oh, this guy has it.
But what I'm saying is, you think that after everything, Balkman was a good pick. You're
Listen.
saying at that time, but time has passed. Was it a good pick?
No.
So my point is
But
proven.
You know why it wasn't a good pick? Nothing
Because
to do with him.
he sucks.
No, y'all system sucks.
All right. Well, I won't disagree with that at all.
My thing is,
I won't disagree with that
I'm
at all.
happy you brought up Frank. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm going to try to.
Yeah,
Say
and
it.
Frank Ntilikina. I can't say it neither. But shout out Frank.
Had he went to, let's say at that time, had he went to Houston,
Trash. He still would have been trash.
he wouldn't have.
Oh my God, bro.
Stop it.
No, you stop it.
No, because
have you watched Frank play?
You're blaming the player. Was Phil Jackson still not trying to run the
Yo,
fucking triangle?
Frank is on Tom
Was
Tip.
Phil Jackson still not trying to run the triangle? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's my point.
But why is Frank only averaging like 6 points on a
Because
better system right now? It's a better system, so why is he not doing better?
He's not.
Because he's not good.
No, that's not how it works. Thibodeau had his players come in for his system.
So why is Frank not doing better in a better system is
How
what I'm
many minutes
asking
does
you.
he play right now?
He doesn't play because
That's my
he's
point.
not good.
Because Tom has his players.
No, because he's not good.
You can't say that.
Why not? I've watched the Knicks play since they drafted him.
Listen,
He's been
because
trash since they got him, bro.
Everybody doesn't play well in every system.
I hear you. So when the system changes, why does he not get better? That's what I'm trying to say.
There's not two systems, D. You can't sit up here and say a player is garbage because he's in the wrong spot. When they when they traded what's his face, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank should have been on that board out of that point, that ride out of there. Because at this point he's about to reach Walkman heights. You know why? Because it's gonna get to a point where it's like, damn, I'm not cut out for the NBA. And mentally he's gonna be like, yo, man, I can't do this. He's gonna start getting his own way, and then it's gonna really become like, damn, people gonna be like, yo, he really sucks.
Cause he does.
That's not true though. Real talk. That's why a lot of these players end up leaving the league, go overseas, and just start balling. Because
the competition is not as fierce as it is over here.
But that still doesn't mean you can't say they suck. They just
why
don't
can't
fit.
I?
They just don't.
So
fit.
you mean to tell me if Frank was with LeBron, he'd average more than 10 points?
LeBron knows how to.
If Frank was with LeBron, would Frank average more than 10 points? You believe that?
You know how?
You believe that? Okay, all right.
You know why I believe that? Who the hell did LeBron take to the 2007 finals with him?
Okay, but did they?
When he left, what happened to this?
They all sucked. I definitely agree with you, but But that's not a system. That's another person. You just
system.
Nope. LeBron's a system. That's what you're saying.
They ran a system. The same system they ran in Miami. The same system they run in LA right now. They ran in Cleveland. Yes.
Where LeBron gets the ball.
He facilitates it.
So
yes.
that's the system.
Yes.
How the hell does LeBron get the ball a system?
That's how they run systems.
But that's the system.
Yes, they fit it to the player's strength.
All right. So the system is LeBron gets the ball, and that's all we do.
It's not.
So there's no other plays that get run. It's just give LeBron the ball.
Because if you watching it for real, they're not. Oh, LeBron come up, dribble by. No, everyone touches it.
Mm-hmm.
But the system revolves around what LBJ is doing.
Did you think Reggie Jackson was good off the Lakers? Not Reggie Jackson. Schroeder. Do you think he was decent on the Thunder?
Yes.
And he's better on. Or you think he's still good on the Lakers?
Yes.
So why can he still be good on one team and still good on another one?
I'm happy you said that. Look at every team.
Because I'll also bring up.
But look at every team Schroeder has played for. That's what you're forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
He came into the league.
Okay.
He came into top 3 ATL when they were still one of the 3 best teams in the East.
Who? Oh,
yeah,
never mind.
People forget that.
Relax.
So
they wasn't. I don't know if they was top 3.
They was them 3 years. Remember that one year they sent 4 people to the All-Star game: Korver, T, Millsap, and Horford.
And we could have drafted Kyle Korver too.
And then they went to the conference finals, and he smoked them.
Mm-hmm.
Schroeder came in around that. Boom. They leave. Schroeder had a few down years, 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to OKC. Who's in OKC with him?
I don't know.
Chris Paul.
They weren't starting together though.
They didn't have to start together. Schroeder come off the bench and seeing how Chris had that booty ass team in the
Chris Paul's an anomaly. We don't talk about that because Chris Paul effect is different.
But
that shit is different.
That's my point.
And that has nothing to do with a system.
But yes,
no, it don't.
They run certain systems.
Yo, so Chris Paul. So you mean to tell me if Chris Paul goes to a team with a system that's already designed, he's not going?
No, because they're going to fit it towards what his strengths is because he already showed that this is what he needs.
Okay.
Just to be honest with you, Phoenix is doing the same exact thing that OKC was doing last year. And you know why it's working? Because they got the better players to fit it.
Okay.
They changed it up for them. You think Phoenix running the same system they ran last year?
No.
That's my point.
Okay.
They're putting their players in the best position. The Knicks problem, going back to what we brought it up with, the Knicks issues was...
Still is.
They were
not so much.
Not anymore. They were being stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
We got these players, but we want to run something else we're not going to do it so we can get the most out of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you're here, you work with it, or we just not going to do nothing.
I believe that.
And that's somewhat, it's an ego trip, you know? It plays off of that because you have, in any sport, any great coach will tell you, you have to play to your players' strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Popovich is notoriously known for doing that. They didn't run the same shit every year in San Antonio. They didn't. And you know how I know they didn't? Because when Tim left, what happened? It changed.
I mean...
You know, I'm about to kill you. Don't make that face. You know why I know it changed?
Can I think?
Go, my bad.
Bro.
I'm sorry. I'm
about to jump down my throat. Listen, all I did was look up and think.
But
damn.
You know how I know it changed?
How?
I'm sorry, y'all. I get really heated with sports debates. You know why I know it changed?
Mm-hmm.
With Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili still there, when they beat the Heat in 2015, who was the man on the team?
Who was the man on that team? There was no man on the team.
Why was? Who won the Finals MVP? Who took all the shots in clutch moments?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My point being is you have to adapt to what your players' strengths are.
So
Pop realizing like, yo, they're older, they can't do what they're doing. I gotta switch it up, and he did just that. Good coaches know when to do that.
Okay.
And good coaches know how to get the most out of their players.
Okay.
So the real issue is, and it's not that Bachman, you can, like, yo, I understand exactly why you would call him trash.
Listen, I get what you're gonna say, but I didn't watch him just on the Knicks.
But you watched
when he went to the Nuggets.
How long did he stay with the Knicks?
He was with the Knicks for like
He got drafted in 06. Like that Melo trade happened in
2010. He was going. No, he was going around that time. He probably left around 2009.
Was he part of that deal?
I don't think he was a part of that deal. I think the only ones a part of that deal was Felton, Chandler, Mozgov, and some draft picks.
All right. So
Baldwin might have been a part of that deal.
My point being is, and you know what's crazy? It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
No, listen.
So that's why they have sports psychologists, because your mental could really, really get like, bro. Like, I understand that, you know, college in any sport is a step slower than professionals, but for example, let's take it back to football, and then after that we'll get back to the Knicks and the Jets. Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell played in the SEC.
Okay.
That's just the NFL. Like, every team, the SEC first round had what? 20 players go?
Something like that.
There's 32 teams.
Yeah.
That's insane. Alabama having most of them. Jamarcus Russell played in that conference and dominated it. He didn't, and mind you, he's doing this without even really knowing the sport for real. You telling me a good coach couldn't get their hands on him and, like, fixed his little problems and made him at least a decent quarterback? He went to a situation that they weren't, like, he went to Oakland. John Gruden had just left. Oakland had them years when they were garbage. They put him in a bad situation. No one knew how to handle it. And instead of helping him, putting him in the position that they needed to put him in, they started playing games with him. I don't know if you heard this story before. They gave him film tape, told him to go home and watch it. Told him, came back the next day, asked him, like, what did he get from it? And he started talking about what he saw on the tape. Come to find out, the tapes were blank. They wanted to see if he was really watching film. Everyone laughs at that, but I think the coaches were dumb for that. Because if you truly feel like he's not doing it, you sit there with him and be a coach. You don't test him out like that and then make it known that he did that shit. You just threw your quarterback under the bus. So now what you doing? Do any of them coaches have jobs right now? No. Bad coaching brings out the worst in players. Bad organizations bring out the worst in players. So for the same reasoning that you feel like Bachman is trash, I can go down the line and say that shit about a lot of players that came through the Jets. But I watched a lot of those players leave, get into great situations with coaches, and ball out.
So what's the situation when they go to other systems?
Mentals play everything in that. Those players had strong enough mentals. It don't always work.
I hear what you're saying, bro, but I'm listening to what you're saying. I don't necessarily know if I'm hearing what you're saying.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, no, this is the other way around. I'm hearing what you're saying.
I just went off the deep end for like 10 minutes.
No, it's all good. I hear what you're saying. I don't think I'm listening to what you're saying.
Okay.
So I can admit that. But the thing about it is that gets me. I hear exactly what you're saying. The system makes the person and things like that. But I've watched other players be on terrible systems and still do good. Like, for example, Atlanta this year
you feel like is
a better team than they were when they first drafted Trae Young.
And what happened?
They were trash as a team. But Trae Young didn't skip a beat.
But what happened other than Trae Young that changed with Atlanta?
What do you mean?
They have a different coach, Dante.
But what did Trae Young do? They didn't. They just set screens for him to shoot the ball.
Because they have a different
But
coach.
because he can play.
Because the system changed.
Because he can play.
Because the system changed.
I know what you're going to say, and we're not going to agree on it. Because Trae Young is nice.
He's always been nice.
Exactly.
But
Ronaldo Balkman is not nice.
That niceness
Frank
last year
is not nice.
That niceness,
they are decent.
That niceness last year for Atlanta translated into how many wins? 20-something, right?
Uh-huh.
Are they not in the playoffs this year?
Yes. But what does that have to do with Trae
Outside
Young?
of Trae Young, what changed?
Not talking about the organization. I'm talking about players now.
But
Trae Young,
no,
point. And your point is it's the system. Trae Young has always been Trae Young.
But they don't play the same way. They don't.
Trae Young doesn't matter what happens. Trae Young is always going to ball. You can put him in the shittiest system, and he's still going to ball. I get what you're saying about the system. Yes. My point is it's about the talent. You could put Trae Young on the fucking Kings, where they don't really have a system like they got in Atlanta, and he'd still fucking ball. They could put him. I mean, well, the Kings is a terrible example because they're actually pretty nice.
You telling me that because Atlanta only got Gallinari?
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the player.
That's my point. You can talk about the player, but when that same player was on that same team last year, they did bad.
Trae Young didn't do bad. The team did bad. I hear what you're going. Yeah, the team was trash, but Trae Young still had the talent. So you put a new coach, you put in all these other systems, you still have talent.
And now everyone is balling.
But Trae Young has never stopped. You can put him on any team and he's going the ball because he's nice.
You can point out Trae Young, but Trae Young is a great player.
And that's what my point is.
We're not calling Balkman, who got drafted at 17, a great player.
I'm calling him garbage. You're saying that it's about the system. I'm saying it's about the talent.
But you can't compare the greats to the people who can come in and be okay.
Kyle Korver is not a great. He's a great three-point shooter. I could put him in any system and he'll still drop threes because he's a great. Why not?
Because he went to Milwaukee and did absolutely nothing.
Okay, but JJ Redick, he's a three-point shooter. You can put him in any system.
But when every team he goes to, they change the system to fit so he can run off screens. Do they not?
But then he makes them. Does he not?
But they
you're saying it's specifically on the system. So if JJ Redick couldn't shoot threes, would they have a system designed around? No, if he couldn't shoot threes, they let him shoot threes.
JJ's not a spot up shooter.
If he couldn't shoot threes, they let him shoot threes. That's what I just asked you. You said yes. That doesn't make sense.
Every team he goes to fits the system so he can run it.
If he could not shoot threes, would they let him shoot threes?
No.
My point. If Balkman is not good enough to be good, I hear what you're saying. The system is trash, but Melo was on a trash system, and he still was averaging like 20 plus points.
What Melo on?
Nigga, ISO ball, that's a trash system. When he was on our team.
But is Melo not an ISO player?
And he still dropped buckets, right?
Is Melo not an ISO player?
But he still dropped buckets, right?
Why would I not put him in an ISO situation?
So, because he can score. So, what's Ronaldo Balkman's big thing that we should have put him in a better situation to have him score?
We don't know because he was never in it.
Because he sucks. That's why.
You're comparing him to Carmelo and Trae Young.
First of all, I'm comparing Balkman to all the other people in the draft, and afterward, why not?
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because he was never going. If that was the case,
because he was never nice.
If that was the case, he would have went top 5, Dante.
Because he's not nice.
He was supposed to be a good serviceable role player,
and he wasn't a good serviceable.
Why wasn't he?
Because he was with us first, and then he went to another team and had another terrible system, and he didn't do a good job there either.
I appreciate you.
Caught my eye roll, and it's all sarcasm. Shit. Bruh, we not gonna agree on this. You say a system, I say it's talent. Because if you put somebody who's nice in a trash ass system, they still gonna ball. The team gonna suck, but they gonna ball, son.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have to agree.
There's gonna be a part 2 on this, by the way, because we were supposed to talk about how we both suck, and we both started defending it. I'm defending my point, you defending yours. We're gonna have a part 2.
Listen, all I'm saying is to get back to what we were originally talking about. It's good that you brought it up. I kind of fed into your argument about the Knicks have the worst. Well, they don't.
I'm glad you said it.
But they don't. I already named a whole bunch of people we passed up on. I didn't even get the
Kenneth Faried, fucking Butler, fucking Tobias Harris, nigga, fucking Gobert.
I didn't draft Kenneth Faried.
I know. You know who we did draft, though? Let's look it up. Fucking Iman Shumpert. You know what he's doing? Fucking Tiana Taylor. That's about it, son.
Iman Shumpert wasn't good when he first got it.
All right, y'all. We're going to have to end on that because
no.
We actually don't have a lot of time to get into this argument because Shumpert was never good offensively. Defensively,
he was drafted as a defender.
And that... Defensively, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's nothing... I don't even know what we about to argue.
Because I'm lost. What was bad about that pick?
Because we needed something way more than Iman Shumpert.
At that time, that he was drafted.
We could have gotten Jimmy Butler. We could have gotten Tobias Harris. I'd have taken Reggie Jackson over this nigga, to be real with you,
You can't do that, though.
I mean,
You can't. You know why you can't do that with Jimmy Butler?
Why?
Jimmy Butler made himself who he was.
Man.
Jimmy wasn't that man. And you know what's funny? Guess who made Jimmy Butler? Had a lot to do